I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My family's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, welcome. welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. I'm your man, Uncle Freezy. What's good? Blue tears, orange tears, blorange tears. Bam. Let's go. Bim. Let's get it. Chuck Allen is in the building. Joseph Gonzalez, was good? I see you. Thomas Shepard was good. T. Williams, was good? I see you. Pudge Nice is in the building. Eli M. Dripmore is in the building. Was good? Sherwin M. was good? Good morning, y'all. Tone Woo. Savage NYC is in the building. What's good? Let's get it. Wilson Ding, what's good? Yo. It's a rough road out here. But to quote the great American poet, Grand Poobah, a lot of people think that this is as easy as it looks. Books and books of rhyme concepts and hooks. Session to sessions to get thoughts manifested. Stressing to hit the world with a blessing. That is a quote from the great American poet, Grand Poobah. Yo, things are crazy. But let me do this. How about we get this party started with the number one chief rocker in the morning, Knicks universe, Uncle Freezy, the number one chief rocker. Let's go. Let's get this Thursday started off right. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go. All right. Yo, I ain't even gonna lie to you. The game last night has me frustrated, right? So to sum up how I'm feeling, I'm going to quote the great American. She's not even American. Wow. I'm going to quote the great Irish poet, Dido. She said, my tea's gone cold, and I'm wondering why. I got out of bed at all. The morning rain clouds up my window, and I can't see at all. And even if I could, it'll all be gray. Put your picture on my wall. It reminds me that it's not so bad. It's not so bad. Dear Slim. That's how I feel like. That's what I feel like this morning, man. I'm in this weird place of, you know what? I'm gonna save that for the tip off, man. Let me quote another great American poet, Melly Mel. Melly Mel said, "A child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. God is smiling on you, but he's frowning too, because only God knows what you'll go through. You'll grow in the ghetto, living second rate, and your eyes will sing a song of deep hate. The place that you play, MSG, and where you stay, Knicks, looks like one great big alleyway." Man, my emotions are so mixed this morning that the only way to sum up what it is, like how I'm feeling, is like to quote the great the great Irish poet Dido, right? And I'll say it one more time. My tea's gone cold. I'm wondering why I got out of bed at all. The morning rain clouds up my window, and I can't see at all. And even if I could, it'll all be gray. Put your picture on my wall. It reminds me that it's not so bad. It's not so bad. Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau! Tom Thibodeau. Oh, you know what? Tom Thibodeau, listen, I got a message for you, Tibbs. Tibbs, I got a message for you. But it comes from the great American poet prodigy, Tom Thibodeau. There's a war going on outside no man is safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever from these streets that we done took. You walk around with your head down, scared to look. You shook, because ain't no such thing as Tom Thibodeau. Yes, I'm frustrated. And yes, I have mixed emotions, right? Because on one side, that prodigy wants to come out to bring the war, like we ready to go to war over something. And then there's the Dido side that says, as you look out on the world from your window and it's rainy and cloudy and you can't see what's out there, there's an inner peace that reminds you no matter how hard times get, it could always be worse. And T. Williams says, Tibbs is your coach, though. You used to love him. Yeah, and Common used to love hip hop. Y'all remember that? He even wrote a song about it. I used to love her. Anybody remember that song by Common? I used to love her. What I'm talking about, y'all, is hip hop. Remember that? Anthony 212 is on it too. McBride was drafted a point guard. Don't give me that BS. And you know what? How about we do the tip-off? Tip-off starts with a T. Is the T capitalized? Let me see. Tip off. Yo, I hate watching my Knicks lose, man. I don't care what we talk about. I will listen. I will agree and disagree with Sherwin M. A lot of times we agree, right? Sometimes we'll disagree, but a lot of times we'll agree, right? I will agree and disagree with who Paris Duggar, right? I will agree a lot and disagree a lot. But the one thing I'm not compromising on, period, is my love affair with the New York Knicks, man. I love the Knicks, right? But watching this mess, this fiasco, what are we doing? Man, you really out here playing Alec Burks all these minutes? You really out here playing Evan Fournier all these minutes? Evan Fournier. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I should say it like the French say. Fournier. You playing Fournier all these minutes. I'm from Jersey. He Fournier all these minutes, man. Yo, and Miles McBride only played 1 minute. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we trying to accomplish? And Leon Rose is asleep at the wheel. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all not gonna convince me that this dude is smarter than 29 other GMs. Oh, he playing chess and everybody else playing checkers. No. I think this dude is Inspector Gadget. Every time I see Leon Rose, I think a damn helicopter blade about to come out of his hat. RJ Barrett scored 30 points last night. It looked impressive early, not so much late. RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish look like they're going to be something together. RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish look like French fries and ketchup. They look like they're going to be something together. Wilson Ding, that's hilarious. That's hilarious, bro. I had a thought, and then when I saw your comment, I was like, God dog it. You know how somebody say something and to make you laugh and then they forget like your train of thought or whatever, but yeah, man, I have mixed emotions. You watch the kids in limited action, and it reminds you of that Dido song. My tea's gone cold, and I'm wondering why I got out of bed at all. And the raindrops on my window and blah, blah, blah. It reminds me that it's not so bad. Like this losing, like we watching the kids play and we're losing, but it reminds me that as long as I see these kids playing and getting better, the losing is not so bad. Right? That's what this reminds me. Like legit, like that Dido song. Like, is Miss Mocha, am I saying her name right? Or is it Dido? Is it Dido? Is it Dido? It's the chick that sung the hook for Stan. My tea's gone cold, and I'm wondering why I got out of bed at all. The morning rain clouds up my window, and I can't see it all. And even if I can't, it'll all be gray. Put your picture on my wall, it reminds me that it's not so bad. It's not so bad. That's what watching last night's loss to the Sixers was like. We losing to a rival, and they out here laughing, right? They out here laughing, high-fiving. Doc Rivers got his voice. I heard Doc Rivers ain't even lose his voice last night. Right? Doc Rivers didn't even lose his voice last night. Doc Rivers wasn't out there like, Doc Rivers had a calm voice. Doc Rivers talking like me this morning. Got me mad. Yo, Yellow M1, thank you for the generous contribution. Tibbs won't coach to develop 100 because if we start winning, it will prove he was the wrong coaching theory for this team. Trade Randall IQ for Zion. Done. I like quickly, but for Zion, yeah. G. Robinson says, nah, it's bad. Yep. T. Williams says, IQ ain't it. Maxie was torching your boy. Yep. Mr. Vince is in the building. He says, raindrops keep falling on my head, and watching Tibbs subs makes me shake my head. Nothing seems to fit. I remember that song, Raindrops Falling on My Head. I remember that. That's old school right there, man. That's old school. And I'm old school to my heart, too. I'm old school. Yeah. Sherwin M says, let me quote a real poet, Langston Hughes. Life ain't never been no crystal star. Tibbs ain't no shook halfway crook. Well, son, I tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. I remember that. I remember that from the 70s. I think I may had to recite that like in the 70s. It's like 40 years ago. Not trying to tell my age. Shine Cubes is in the building. What's good? Knicks turning on IQ already. They moved on to the shiny new toy. No, listen. I'll tell y'all who can get out of town on a Greyhound right now. And that's Obi. Y'all been telling me forever that I'm wrong about Obi. Y'all been telling me since last year, since the beginning of last year, that Obi Toppin is going to be something. One day, Uncle Freezy, Obi Toppin going to be something, and you going to regret it. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Hey, look at this. Zion is a bust. Zion has higher upside than Embiid. That tells you how fans feel, right? The two sides. Right? All I'm going to say is this. I'm so mad at Tibbs right now. But the only thing that's stopping me from like going on a serious Thibodeau got to get the out of town rant is that I saw the kids. That's it. That's the only thing stop. That's it. Leon Rose needs to be an agent tomorrow. Forbes Phil's in the building. What's good? C-Mac says, let me quote this from a legendary poet, Splinters and Yo Behind. Splinters and Yo Behind. That is from the great American poet, Uncle Freezy. Splinters and Yo Behind. Forbes Phil's in the building. What's good? What's good? So Khaled Pasha says, When Zion is on the court healthy, he averaged 27 and 7. How is that a bust? These fans don't know basketball. Say Zion is injury prone, not a bust. Two different things. B from Jersey is in the building. So let me do this. Invite my people. I'm telling y'all, man, listen. When I saw Tibbs last night getting out coached by Doc Rivers, the only thing in my mind was going on was there's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever. And then I would see RJ run down the court and do something special. And it'd be like, my tea's gone cold, and I'm wondering why I got out of bed at all. I'm telling you, that is exactly how I was feeling. Yo, what's up, boss?
What's up? What's up, Uncle Freezy?
Hey, man, bro, you know, bro.
Hey, yeah.
Right.
It's crazy. It's disgusting.
Yeah, man. I'm frustrated beyond. I'm frustrated beyond the normal bad season frustration. Right.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, it's like this. It's like the car wreck you just gotta see. You just gotta watch it. Gotta see how it play out. And it's weird that we're like this. Like we always gotta we should just boycott the Knicks at this point. The last how many games we got left? About 20?
Yeah.
Just boycott it. Don't even watch it.
Yeah.
Because what are we watching for? To see Tibbs play Burks and Fournier?
What is Burks? What is Burks at this point?
Burks is the guy. Burks is the guy that is at a party that talks so much that says, "I'm gonna go get the girl. I'm gonna go get the girl. I'm gonna go get the girl." Never gets the girl.
Right.
Never dances with anyone. Never talks to anyone. Just stands in the corner, but talks a big game.
Yo, I'm gonna bring in D Poetic real quick.
Hey.
Good morning.
What's up, D?
Yo, what up, yo?
What is let me bring in D'Angelo right quick.
What's up, guys?
Hey, good morning.
Ooh.
D Poetic, let me ask this.
What's up?
I need your help, bro. Nah, for real. For real, I need your help.
I'll try to help you. What's up?
Oh shoot. Let me bring in Sam. Sam just showed up. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, Sam.
Sam the man.
Sam starts with an S. Okay. Yo, what's up, Sam?
Damn, what's up?
Good.
Man,
I wasn't gonna hop on because I got a midterm in like 2 hours, but I had to. That game last night, it did something to me where I had to get on.
yeah, man. Yeah,
He's
man.
going.
Hey, so for one, good luck with you, man, with your midterm. I hope you ace it.
Yeah, good luck, man. Facts.
Sam's on point, man. He gonna get 100 on that thing.
Yeah, man.
I'm not even worried.
That's right.
I'm at 100 right now.
I've been there, Freezy. I've been there.
Right. So what I can't figure. So okay. All right. So I'm not a real emotional person, right? Like y'all will see me get on. Like I'll like fake troll or whatever. Like I'll ask y'all like these weird questions to you know what I'm saying, troll a little bit.
Right.
But something bothered me yesterday. We were talking about Quentin Grimes on the ground writhing in pain. Right.
Oh, did you see it?
No, I still hadn't seen it. But
okay.
if you remember, we were watching the game, right? And remember, I told you that I had a TV in another room. I just had all this stuff going on. So I kept flipping back and forth between the game and the show to make sure nothing crazy was, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I never saw the Quentin Grimes injury thing. Right. And so what happened was I was reading all these quotes from people that had inside sources inside the Knicks organization and all this stuff. So I came up to the wrong conclusion. What I thought was that the Knicks are clinical, and it's because Leon Rose is wanting people to, you know what I'm saying? He wanted it to be like a clinic, like a hospital, like no humanity whatsoever in it, right? Like, you know, that was my conclusion, right? This is before I saw the Quentin Grimes thing. So when I heard, and I still hadn't seen it, and I need to see it, but when you told me about it, you know what I'm saying, it rubbed me the wrong way, right? So I was in my little emotions because, you know, and then I go out here and see the Knicks come out and play without life, right? Like come out, Tyrese Maxey. The Sixers had 3 dudes with 25 points. What are we doing now? Your coach is a defensive genius, but he can't 3 dudes with 25 points, and not even Tobias Harris. I mean, I'm the only thing that stopped me from like going bananas was I kept seeing the kids. So I need some help, man. What are we to make of this situation?
Well, there's a couple of things that have to be noted, and you noted some of them. So before we get into like, you know, like what like the core of this is, right? Or like where is it going, right? So let me look at this real quick here, so I can be on point. Here's the problem. You still got Alec Burke playing 31 minutes.
Oh my God.
God damn.
Oh, wait, let's go through his stat line real quick. 2 of 11 from the field. What a 4 from 3. 4-6 for the free throw. I mean, the guy could get to the line. I can't even doubt him on that. He did grab 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 9 points.
Please do Mr. French next.
Oh, you know I am.
Oh.
Evan Fournier, 27 points, 1 of 8 for the field, 0 of 5 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 steals. Yeah, he had a block yesterday. Good for him. 3 points, and absolutely non-existent on the defensive end. And you know, I have a lot of notes, Freezy. Right? So I think we have to get through all this in order to get to what you want to get at, right? And I have a couple of keynotes here. Here's one of them. I literally, this is what I wrote. Please stop having Emmanuel quickly run the point guard.
Yes, absolutely.
He had back-to-back shot clock violations.
Yeah. Oh God. Yes.
Oh yeah, on the baseline, he tried to get it to Cam Reddish, and Cam had shot the elbow.
He dribbled out the whole clock. And then with 2 seconds left, he said, "Here, Cam."
Yeah.
He did do that. Yeah.
Here's another problem. You know, the first quarter, I thought between RJ and Randall, I thought they looked very good. They got into their stuff early. RJ hit a couple of threes, which helps. Even Randall was doing things within 2 or 3 dribbles. It looked good. And then after that, it became the ISO Randall show.
Yep.
and he took the whole flow out of the offense, especially where RJ looked like he was on. But you got to understand that this is all being let happen.
Yep.
When Evan Fournier plays a whole third quarter, it's not like Evan Fournier said, "I told Tom to keep me in there." No, Tom Thibodeau decided to keep him.
Keep you in, yeah.
I thought Freezy, you were right on point about Cam Reddish and RJ Barrett look like ketchup and French fries. Absolutely. Why can't I get 20 minutes, 25 minutes of them both on the court at the same time?
Right.
Why is that so much to ask?
You know why?
Well, of course we know why. I have here constantly great pass, RJ. Great swing pass, RJ. Great look, RJ. Why doesn't he have the damn ball all the damn time?
Because Randall got to get his.
Please.
Are you starting to see what's wrong here?
Burks.
What, Burks is the problem?
Yes.
Come on, man.
Oh no.
You know what Burks is? Burks is that first stage boss.
Right. We trying to get to the last level, Freezy.
Yeah.
But before you advance,
You got to get through the first.
you gotta beat the first boss.
How you gonna beat him?
So the reason why Burks is an issue is right now Burks is the point guard and he's trash.
But that's not Burks' fault.
Right. Why is he doing?
But listen, I'm not blaming Burks for inserting himself.
Yeah.
Right? That's not what I'm saying, but that's Burks' role right now.
Yeah.
So if that's Burks' role, that means that it can't be RJ's role.
I mean, you already know why. I play after play. Yeah, RJ makes mistakes. Does RJ have bad? What's up, man? Does RJ have some bad shots sometimes? And when we mentioned this yesterday, if RJ was featured like this in his first season, we would see a totally different evolution of RJ Barrett in year 3. Right. Now we just see him going through these growing pains to get efficient, right? Like for example, at the end of the first half, he was 6 of 12 from the field. He ended the game 10 of 23, meaning that he shot. What is that? 4 of 11.
Yeah.
Does that have?
Yeah.
But was passing the ball great. Had some nice dumps to Mitch. Had some nice cross passes. One of them was to Cam. The other one was to Burke. He just it's mind-boggling to me why I have to see Alec Burke and Evan Fournier play a total of 56 minutes, but I only get to see Deuce McBride for a minute.
And Cam for 23 minutes.
And Cam only for 23, right? And Cam, I mean, that's another thing. I'll get to that later. But with McBride, he gets in there, right? He hits a 3 that looks smooth. And Deuce got bigger, by the way. Deuce has been in the gym.
He looks good.
He's like,
yeah.
And
mini tank.
Yeah, I mean, he had a rebound. I mean, I look. We even saw Ryan yesterday. I'm not even going to dare say his last name. We saw Ryan yesterday. Little Rai.
Stop it, D.
I don't understand why he's on the roster.
Yeah, we don't want to hear about Archidiakono.
Can we please have Wayne Selden back?
No, can we please combine their minutes and at least give me 2 minutes and a half of Deuce McBride?
And can you even talk about Robinson looking like trash against Embiid? He can't play. You brought this up the other day. He can't play against elite.
Well, that's true, but he did look better yesterday, though.
Yeah, he didn't look that bad.
He was more engaged in the game. His still a lot of silly fouls, but at least he was more engaged.
Yeah,
he had a couple of blocks off of Embiid's fades.
Couple.
He was also in foul trouble, so he wasn't really on him.
He's always in foul trouble.
Yeah.
And Jericho Sims, look, Jericho Sims does not value rim protection. Jericho Sims, I think, has a low understanding of where he's supposed to be defensively, possession to possession.
Right.
But he'll get better.
But right. He's a little puppy. I don't care how old he is. He's a little puppy, right?
Yeah.
And one thing he does well is he rebounds the ball well.
Yes.
6 rebounds in 12 minutes. No, my bad, 13.
So he had 6 rebounds in 13 minutes. How many rebounds did Obi Toppin have?
I knew that was coming.
Hey, let's get into that in a second because Obi, look, I have it here, man. There was twice. No, one. Well, Emmanuel Quickly's a mess, but Quickly had 2 guys on his side, and Topping was literally wide open for an open lane.
That's right.
To the basket and refused to give it to him. He looked at him and refused to give it to him. He ended up dumping it to Taj or something like that.
What is up?
Cam did the same thing. Cam
what is up
did
with
the same
IQ
thing.
waving
On the fast break.
What is up with that?
And Burks a couple of times could have passed it forward, didn't do it.
Very, very good, Kendall. So Cam on the transition totally missed Obi. Looked at him, decided not to give it to him for whatever reason. And then Burks missed RJ, the one you're talking about, when RJ was completely by himself in transition. And looks at him, and he's like, oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Dude, you're 60 games in the season, bro.
And you're a veteran. You're
and
a veteran.
You're a point guard.
Yes.
But you're forgetting the thing, though. This is the thing about Burks. He's a lifetime bum. And I hate to say it, guys.
I wouldn't call him a bum.
No, this is where this is where I'm at now. I'm at D'Angelo's level now, right? I'm fed up.
Thank you.
He sucks.
These guys. You know, I'm normally the calm, cool, collected, but I'm sick and tired of seeing Alec Burks 50 drives a night, brick half of them. If he doesn't get fouled, he's flopping on the floor.
Getting blocked.
I'm sick and tired of seeing it.
And his sneakers are ugly too.
Dude, like the two-tone, like who told him that still in style? He's the only basketball player I know wearing a two-tone sneaker. I thought Tracy McGrady or somebody like that did that in the early 2000s, but not
early. Yeah.
Alec Burks. Alec Burks reminded me of a person that just tries to get all the new clothes, try to be drippy, and he just can't do it. No matter what he puts on, he still looks dirty.
Yeah.
He's like 5 years behind, something like that.
Hopefully he looks better on another team.
He trying to rock the Coogee sweater.
Yeah. And say I'm bringing it back.
There was a play yesterday. I don't know if you guys remember. And now I'm going to answer your question, Freezy. It was 2:56 left in the second quarter. And this is when Mitch got the block on Embiid's jump shot. And RJ streaked down the court. He had Maxey on a mismatch.
Right.
Burke's staring at him, right? Burke's like staring at him, right? And Randall decides to come in right in RJ's post lane and post up right next to RJ.
Yeah. It was a turnover, right? Wasn't that a turnover on that play?
No. It led to a bad Julius Randle shot. That's when what happens there?
No, I'm saying he clogged it up, so it led to the shot. That's what he
did. Right. And that's when the Randall ISO show was in full effect at that point. You know what that is, Freezy? That's pure selfishness.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no other way. There's no other way I can shape it, dice it, slice it. It's pure selfishness. Your coach, and not you, I mean in general, your coach has no control over this team. As I called out months ago, the inmates are running the asylum.
Absolutely.
Okay. And you have a bad basketball product because of it.
Yeah.
That's why they need a coach like Stackhouse that could still probably get on the court with them.
Or punch them in the face.
Yep.
And let Barrett be the team leader at his age. He's got it. He's the team leader. Let him. But you got Randall in the way who steps in front of that because he's got the bag and he's got this. No.
I didn't even have a problem with Julius Randle until the second half. That's when
second half. Yeah, no, he had a good first.
It actually started the second quarter. If you really watched it.
It didn't get egregious.
That's why I wish Michael Jordan was the owner of the Knicks and could smack Julius Randle like he smacked Malik Monk.
Yeah.
See, but then, and I could take all this crap.
Burks, you got the. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. My bad. I didn't know. So here's the thing about Randall. I could take all that crap, right? If you play defense.
Right.
His defense is literally non-existent.
Yes.
And it's been throughout the whole year. I'm just highlighting it again. Like it's literally non-existent. So
Awful.
you're gonna clog the lanes. You're gonna hijack the basketball. You're gonna take piss poor shots because you can't finish at the rim, right? And you can't play defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That
Well,
shows
we
a
got
lot
you.
about his character, though, because like your 21-year-old player is taking the chance playing, being a two-way player, stepping up, guarding the best wing player on the opposing team. But your best player don't want to play defense. He don't want to do nothing. And he's been in the league 8-9 years.
Well,
and he don't
I
want to
would
do that.
disagree
Barrett's
with
a
you
smarter
and
player.
argue. I would argue that RJ Barrett's the best player.
Oh
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
RJ's the best player.
Oh
At this
yeah.
point, RJ.
Hell to the yeah.
Yeah.
No, he is.
Yeah.
No joke, no doubt about
your
it.
highest paid player. I should say
Yeah,
your
the highest
paid player.
paid. Yeah.
Okay.
He is. Yeah.
Yeah, that too. What?
Yeah.
So this is why it's very important in this offseason. I don't care who's in the administration. I at this point I really don't care because I think they're going to stick around anyway. It's important that you get rid of Julius Randle, and if you have to sell him on the low, you sell him on the low because this is RJ Barrett's team, and we're going to continue to tank, and we're going to be in prime position to get something that could really help on this team.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's very important that you get rid of the intoxicant, the poison.
And
good word.
And it's affecting that the team chemistry. You have these young guys that they like each other. It seems like they do. Even Camp, they these like the Randalls and the Fourniers and the Burks. It affects that team chemistry that could blossom. We could see something. And McBride getting a minute 15 to be accurate, and he got in that game. And I seen better things within 1 minute. I was like, great, he's going to garbage time. Boom. What are you doing, Tibbs? What the freak are you doing?
Oh, I thought he was about to slip up.
I just want to know what did Archie Diacono do to deserve a minute? What did he do?
Who?
Somebody tell me. What did Archie Diacono do to deserve a minute?
He probably was just a body to throw.
He's got to know Tibbs' great uncle or something. He's got to,
There's got to be something there.
Yeah, he's in the trench coat. He's got the manila envelope with the pictures inside. You know, like the old spy movies. You know how the old espionage movies. The dude walked up and he got the photos inside the envelope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how Archie Diacono is. Hey, I said it right.
Yo, you did.
Holy crap!
Yo, you did it, and you did it effortlessly too.
Oh!
You didn't pull the cornerstone Kev. How he gets words out. So.
Yeah. More cornerstone Kev.
I know.
There was a play last night that was very impressive between Cam and RJ, but it was messed up. It was when RJ went baseline and then Cam was cutting down to the free throw line. And the pass just went right over his head. I was just like, oh.
Are you talking about when Cam threw the pocket pass to Taj?
Nah, I'm talking about when RJ, he went baseline and then Cam was cutting right down the middle and then he swung it to him, but then it went over his. It was like a broken play. And I was just like, oh.
Yeah, that's when Cam threw the pocket pass to Taj.
Yeah, I was just like, oh man. Damn.
I have to reiterate this. This is very important. Please stop having Emmanuel quickly run the point guard.
Yeah.
This is very important. Because when he runs the point guard, not only does he do a terrible job at it, he also drains your whole shot clock most of the time, which means that nobody else is touching the basketball in these possessions, right?
Yeah. He's dribbling.
That means he reads the defense too slowly.
Yeah.
And can't manipulate it.
Yeah.
Right. Can't recognize it, can't read it, can't manipulate it. And what it does is it leads to late shot clock possessions.
Right. Mm-hmm. Rush shots.
And it's like you add 2 extra men to the defense. That's basically how it is.
And he panics.
Yeah.
Here's the crazy part. Have we not been saying this the whole season?
Yes. We have.
And he's still running it.
Yeah. No adjustments there.
But we knew this was going to happen when Tibbs started him at point in Summer League. In Summer League, when him and Miles McBride were together, we were like, yo, why is Quickly running the point and Miles McBride? And I thought, okay, introduce Miles McBride to NBA basketball, right? You know, start him off the ball and then slowly incorporate him to. But Tibbs doesn't like what he sees in Miles McBride, and he said it again last night. When I think it was Berman or whoever it was.
Yeah, it was Berman.
That asked, hey, Tibbs, what's going on with the point guard position?
Oh,
hey, we're doing the best we can. This is all we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it.
I've got 3 solutions that could work better for them. So what is he doing?
Yeah, come on. You put him in a minute left, McBride. You could have got him more minutes than that. Come on. Especially in that second half. It was a train wreck.
I got a
Was it in
question.
that second half?
I got a question. I think Marbury could give us 8 and 6. We just call him off the street
Right now.
right now.
Right now.
Think it's 8 and 6.
Right now. And some custom strawberries.
Yep.
And I really don't know what Toppin is, really. What is his game? I
Nothing,
don't know what
nothing.
he is.
Well, I think he would have had about
too
10
much.
points
I don't like
yesterday.
him at his game.
You
Sam.
never,
Points
see
up
it.
yeah, got it.
You never see it because they're not playing him.
And
Sam.
they freeze him out. There's no way he could have had 10, 11 points yesterday if he would have got some of those passes
You
where
know
he was
what?
open.
But you know what though? The thing is, nobody likes to pass to a daggone cherry picker, bro.
Oh, come on.
I mean, he wasn't cherry picking
Come
yesterday.
on.
Yo, here's the real though about Obi. The problem with Obi is that he can't generate his own offense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's a really big problem.
I said
So
that.
therefore, he's dependent on something that is probably our greatest weakness on this basketball team. That's the problem.
But he's open
Yeah.
a lot though, bro.
Yeah, they don't give it to him.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Because nobody likes it. Like, for instance, RJ Barrett has to fight for every point he has ever scored in the NBA. Right? And then Obi cherry picks. Right? So
He
you're like,
waits
man.
for the action to happen. Yeah, he waits for things to happen.
Yeah, man.
To
And
get his play. Yeah.
I think there's a reason he cherry picks. I hate to cut you off. I think there's
No,
a
go ahead.
reason he does. I think the way Tom sets his defense, that he packs everybody in the paint, it makes it easier for him with his speed to leak out whenever because you got guards rebounding also. So it's easier for Obi to leak out and get these easy points. And the thing with Obi, we're never going to find out what Obi is ever because we're just not putting him in a position to succeed. And we knew that when we drafted him. So it's not an indictment on Obi.
Yeah, but hold on.
management.
Yeah, but we gotta make the game easier for him to play on the court.
With some players, you
don't gotta
do.
make the game easier with him. He's one of those guys that doesn't really need the ball to have an impact.
Yeah, that's the coach's job to make the job like very
Exactly.
easy.
It's very easy when you see him and he gets extended minutes. When he's always quick decisions. He gets the ball up top, quick handoffs, quick pick and rolls, quick dives. He doesn't really hold the ball. The one time he played against the Raptors, you can see it. Quick movements. He's always moving, constant motion. That's what Obi is. He's
Hey,
not gonna have
Jay,
the-
before we get back, finish the rest. Have you been in the virtual chat?
No, I quick thing. I listen to a lot of Knicks content stuff, and I thought I never was gonna sit down and listen to 4 hours of you guys speaking.
Right.
Never thought that was me, but I've been hooked recently, and to me, this is the place to be.
Surprise,
Hey, yeah, hey. So I just wanted to say first, welcome.
Welcome, sir.
So welcome.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the joint, man. And we're glad that you decided to jump on, man, and come hang out with us. Didn't want to make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, it's total chaos. Right?
No, it's not chaos. Everybody's passionate, has their opinion, but we gotta base our opinions on what we see, and we can't just formulate our own thing. You know?
Yeah, I thought you were. Thank you, babe. I thought you were. That was Miss Mocha bringing some sliced cucumbers, bro. But anyway, I thought you were IQJ. I thought you were gonna come on and say we need to trade for Elfrid Payton. We need Elfrid Payton back.
You know what?
You're never gonna trade for any point guard when you.
I'm to the point now with Burson. I take Elfrid Payton over.
Sam,
I think you see Thibs telling quickly to do the simple thing, and this is why we're struggling. He's struggling. He does simple reads, do a pick and roll, pull the big man out, and try to go against the mismatch. And then when quickly can't break down the big man, we saw it twice last night. A bad pass to Cam with like 3 seconds left, 24-second violation. And he did it again. And it's the same thing. It's repetitive. You got Cam who takes the ball on the pick and roll to fourth quarter, takes it to the rack and won. You would think, you're like, you know what? Let me try to keep going at that. Let me see if I can bring the lead down. And no, what did you do? You put Cam in a corner. That's not his strength. That's not what he's gonna do.
Jay, I want to veg you back with something you said real quick about Obi. Obi is one of the best runners in the league going north to south.
Absolutely.
So So I understand Freezy's thing about him being a cherry picker, right? And he does have instances of that. But if that cherry picker can give me 10 or 11 points a game from cherry picking and put pressure on the defense to come back in transition, I'm using that weapon.
Right.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
And I don't.
You
dispute
pair Obi
that.
with a quick guard with Obi that both just want to run. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because again, you talk about putting pressure on the defense, adding easy points when you have a struggling offense. You got to get these points when they come to you.
Right. But the only thing with cherry pickers, though, bro, the only thing with cherry pickers is if your power forward is that guy, you have to have a rebounding machine at center or big guards that can rebound in high volume. Right.
I don't think Thibs minds at all.
Right. But the only way you can end a possession is by rebounding.
Absolutely.
That's how you end possessions.
I've seen Obi catch rebounds in traffic and give it up to a guard and start the break.
I bet you hit the number that day too, and I bet you found a rabbit's foot that day too.
Well, you know what? We can complain about Obi, right, for cherry picking, but what you cannot ignore is the one guy who Kendall said is the highest paid guy on the team who does not pay a lick of defense. What about that? Let's talk about that. At least
But before we go there, you know where Obi will flourish at? He would have flourished in D'Antoni's system. He would have flourished in that system where he could just run all day. Yeah,
or just with teams that are interested in lob threats and run split screen action and put him in decisions where he takes one dribble and lifts off. But
Randall not playing defense is a problem.
Right,
and split screens require. Well, let me ask a philosophy question. Does the split screen action require the two things I think it does? And I may be wrong, and it's the reason why I'm asking. Mm-hmm. Does it require a high-level passer and an abundance of big, strong athletes?
No. The first one, the second one, no. Because if you watch Golden State, a lot of their guards and wings run a lot of split. So
Clay do it all the time.
Yeah, Wiggins were great in that. Toscano Anderson, he runs it very well. He makes good pocket passes and drop passes and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so no, it's not required a big, but it is required a guy to at least be able to make a basic read because you are going to have a 2-on-1 off it.
Right,
so, and I think Obi's capable of that.
Immediately, you have to make the decision immediately in real time, quick. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I agree.
I'm so
sick of Tibbs' coaching ways. It's done. I can't deal with that man anymore. His stupid post-game press conferences. What he's saying after that, he just doesn't. This team is all over the place. You pointed it out. They are doing their own thing. They're trying to figure out how to win a game. This coach doesn't know how to win anymore. He just doesn't know, especially with these players.
I got a question for you with Tibbs. Do you feel he doesn't play these guys for his job security? Meaning,
he's delusional.
Meaning, if you do see Deuce out there, if you do see more of Cam, and you start winning games, the way the media is, and now that we're out of contention, you wouldn't think they will come for his head.
No,
I did come in for his head anyway.
Right, he's done regardless.
Yeah.
This is just what he wants to do.
He's done regardless. You don't think he would be like, I'm just not going to play these guys at all?
No.
Look, if that's the case, Jay, right? Let's just say that's true, right? Then all you're proving is his selfishness.
Right. He's being petty. I feel like he's being petty.
He's not coaching for the Knicks. He's coaching for his personal success. And we got to be in it for the Knicks, not no one player's individual success.
Yeah,
cut your face. I mean, that doesn't make what. What is this? His thought process? I'm just going to keep playing Burks, right? Leaving him out there. I'm going to leave Fournier out. I'm going to leave Randall out there. When we're not winning with these guys, they don't play defense. Come on,
well, guys. This is where it's leading to, right? So obviously, we know that we're about to go on a major losing streak, right? This West Coast streak is coming.
Wait, we haven't been on a major losing streak.
I'm just saying it's about to get worse.
Oh, you talking about it's going to hit?
Yeah, you already know about that West Coast trip that's coming up. It's about to get worse.
Yeah. 3-16 in the last 19
so I'm just glad they're not on ESPN anymore, so I don't have to worry about forcing myself to watch the games. I can just not watch them now because I'm to the point now where I'm getting sick and tired of watching a Knicks game, watching them actually perform well in the first 2 quarters or the first quarter, and then fall off a cliff.
Well, because teams turn on the defense in the second half. I
It
mean,
looked
that's,
like they was coasting, right? Didn't it look like they was coasting? Harden and Embiid.
it's looked
They was
like that a
coasting
lot
in the
this
first
year.
half,
Teams
and
turn
then
on
it
the
was like,
defense, and Tom Thibodeau turns off his mind. That's what happens.
yeah.
But Sam, you know, I think it's the opposite, bro. I think what happens is Tibbs comes out with a game plan, right? And it can stall the other team for a little bit.
Right.
But then when it comes time when the other head coach makes an adjustment,
there you go.
There is no adjustment made by Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Right.
Nope.
And then once you get away from once you get away from the good players on the Knicks and you start getting into depth, when you start having to depend on Alec Burks and Evan Fournier and Emmanuel Quickley and Jericho Sims, then you see that the depth we thought we had is not true NBA depth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then that's where you see us going from up 8 to down 11 and can't fight our way back into the game. And if we do, we expend so much energy just to get the lead to 4 that the other team then puts their foot on the gas, and then that's it for the rest of the game.
Yeah, if you notice, like when we're like going scoreless, right, for these minutes, he doesn't call a timeout. He waits until the Knicks lose the lead, and then he wants to call a timeout.
Yeah, it's almost like NFL coaches. You see how like NFL coaches got the play sheet, and it's like a million different plays on there. It's like Tom Thibodeau got that same play sheet, but it's like same play, same game plan, same game plan, same game plan. It ain't nothing different.
Kendall, it's not even a play sheet. It just says ISO.
Yeah, ISO Randall, ISO Randall. It's like, remember in Fresh Prince when it was like,
together.
Go down, pass the ball to Will. Go down, pass the ball to Will. It was go down, pass the ball to Randall.
Here's the thing, Freezy. Just real quick, D'Angelo. Here's the thing, Freezy, about him having a game plan. The NBA is the best league on the planet Earth. So when you have a game plan, that usually lasts for about a half a quarter to a quarter.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. So him being the best game planner to begin the game means absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Because it doesn't last. And sometimes it doesn't even last the whole quarter. So that don't mean nothing, man.
You know what pisses me off the most, though? You see how Harden and Embiid was just pick and roll. They just run a pick and roll, and it cooks us all day. Right. Randall and RJ can literally do the same exact thing, and they don't do it.
But Randall is not a roller, bro.
Yeah,
Randall is not a finisher.
He's not
and so you got two guys. Here's the problem, Kendall. Right, when you have RJ and what's his name, and Randall, and you're running that pick and roll action, neither of them can finish in the rim efficiently. Right. So it's hard to run it, and that's why you're better off running a pick and pop with Randall because he might be more effective in that area.
Randall don't even pick for RJ. That's another thing. He don't even pick for him.
You saw what he did yesterday?
He don't pick for nobody.
It's just
RJ was calling for the pick. Randall runs up, stops, brings his man there, and then just stands there.
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
Quickly killed us with those 2 shot clock violations and things like that. Well, you don't put in McBride. I would have just ripped him out. Put in McBride. I really think Tibbs doesn't like McBride because he's the one person that doesn't get any play. I don't think he likes him as a player. I really don't.
You know what's funny about that? In my scouting report, I have for Deuce McBride when he was coming out in the draft that this is a Tibbs player.
Right.
Yeah,
we all thought it was. We all thought it was, but it's not. And this guy right here, he never ceases to amaze us with the level of stupidity with these lineups. I mean, I don't understand. You literally see that you have Sims in there doing work. Just keep him in there. Why the heck am I seeing Taj Gibson last night?
13 minutes last night.
Why?
Oh my God.
Why?
No, my bad. 14 minutes. Sorry.
Why is Taj Gibson taking away minutes from Sim? And Taj Gibson is on the verge of retirement.
He gave a little bit of good minutes. I'll say that.
What did I say? What did I say he is? He is the Nas exhaust. He gives you 5 minutes of fame or 5 seconds burst, and he's done.
Yeah.
Going back to the pick and roll comment you guys are saying, it's very easy for other teams to pick us apart when our coverages are always going to be the same every time down the court. They're going to sag. They're going to have the big in the middle. You saw it last night. Set the high screen for Joel. Joel was wide open for 3. He has a decision to make. Shoot it, drive, or make another kick. And now everybody's scrambling to recover. It's like we're scrimmaging against teams. They know what we're doing, and we make no adjustments. It's really that simple.
Yeah. And Freezy, I will be on your side about this with Obi. Tobias Harris cooked them last night while he
OD
was
cooked
starting.
them. OD cooked them.
He got cooked. You right?
So
he was schooling that man.
Obi doesn't do himself any favors either.
If we're being honest,
Obi's not good defensively.
Maxey cooked the mess.
Obi's not good.
Okay.
Facts.
I'm starting to see the light with that. He's just a one-dimensional. I don't know what he is. I don't know. And he's hoisting up those threes. I'm like cringing because I don't know if it's gonna go in or not.
But
I don't
see,
know.
the thing about the threes, only reason I won't say anything about the threes is because I feel like he has no choice.
You got to take what the defense give you.
Right. You need to make your shots, Obi. Like that. Work on shooting. Like he's gonna have to shoot. Teams are gonna force him to shoot the ball because they know he's a good finisher.
And you know what's bad too? He's gonna be a third-year summer league player this year.
Yeah.
And you should not be playing summer league in the third year.
And you know what the thing about Obi is, and this is the thing that flies under the radar in Knicks universe conversations. The fact that Obi can't play the 3 or the 5 pegs him into I can only get the crumbs that Randall allows me to have. Right? Because think about this. If Obi could play strong minutes at the 5, he would be getting his minutes plus Taj Gibson's minutes. Right?
Yep.
Because who wouldn't want a young, bouncy athlete that could play the 5 and protect the rim? And so he would be getting 4 minutes. And so Obi would be getting 25, 26, 27 minutes a game. But since he is a finesse power forward with no finesse, he's pigeonholing himself. Right? He's a power forward with no power. Right? He's not a high volume rebounder. He's not a shot blocker. He's not a bruiser. He's not a screener. I mean, he doesn't do all the things that power forwards traditionally do. The only reason, in my belief, is the only reason why he plays power forward is because he's too tall to play anywhere else.
So is Obi like one of those quarterbacks like on the Jets? I remember back in the day, a guy named Brad Smith, where he wasn't really a quarterback, but he played quarterback. So they had to make
But he had
the
a strong
offense.
arm. Yeah.
Yeah, they had to make the offense around him, set up special plays for him so he could be effective in the game.
Yeah, Brad Smith had a strong arm, but he wasn't a passer.
Yeah.
Because just because you have a strong arm doesn't mean you're a quarterback.
Yeah.
You can use that same analogy though for Randall as well though. Like Randall is only his best characteristic is ISO Randall. That's when you get the best value out of Randall. Other than that, when he's on the court, he's like kind of like He's just Like what else does he do out there? He doesn't set good screens. No pick and roll, no pick and pop.
Like, but he yesterday he set up. He had a beautiful pass to Jericho Sims that Jericho Sims like dropped
because he wasn't expecting.
I thought that was a bad pass.
He wasn't expecting that.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That was a bad pass.
It was a couple of times where he was like, "Dang, the dude's on me. Let me drop it off to somebody," and it was a turnover.
But you know, it's crazy because RJ makes those passes easy. Easy.
This team, everybody's doing, and they're out for themselves. There's no team play here at all. Zero. Everybody's out there trying to figure out who to win.
Player.
I just hope that this front
office. RJ, no, outside of RJ, no, I ain't giving him any crap.
RJ shoots the ball a lot, bro.
Somebody
has to though, Freezy.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, RJ should be getting about 18 to 20 shots a game. And when you finished with yesterday, 23?
23. But he also had 7 assists.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, he's a good player.
So you can't.
Hey, but hey, Fish, I'll tell you this, and this will probably make you laugh. And y'all are gonna swear I'm making this up, but I promise it's the God's honest truth. Lakers fans are so frustrated with their team. They are saying that they would trade Anthony Davis for Julius Randle and Emmanuel Quickly right now.
Yeah. Nah, I live out here in LA. I get the the Laker news and the Laker talk. The Lakers are in shambles right now. We think we're in shambles. They stink.
Would y'all do that?
What?
Randall
Davis?
IQ for Anthony Davis.
No. Why would I need a power forward that's always hurt?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
nah.
that's like it's like you wanna do it, but then you're like, that injury. I don't know.
And then it doesn't solve the Obi Toppin problem, right? Because
I
now
don't
if you
think
get
anything gonna
Obi,
solve that problem.
yeah, Obi trash. Obi's trash.
What is that, rumor now? This Davis thing with Randall? Well, who's saying that?
No, just a couple of dudes. It's
Oh,
like
wow.
so at work we have like these cliques. Like I'm the one, like it's me and like 7 to 8 old timers. They like 75, 80 years old. They from up north, so they Knicks fans from back in the day. And then it's like the young guys are all Lakers, Golden State Warriors fans,
yeah.
Sixers fans, and they're like, "Yo, we'll trade y'all Anthony Davis for Julius Randle and quickly right now."
Wow.
And I was like, I don't know if I want to give up quickly though.
Oh no, I will give him up in the right package. I don't care. I will give.
I think once we get Ben Mathurin, you'll see Emmanuel quickly blossom.
I'm just saying if he's in the right package,
Yeah,
I'm
like
not attached to him to where I'm not gonna be hesitant. I'm getting him out of here.
I think you get what you got with Quickly. This is what Quickly is. I don't think he's gonna get any better. I think this is it. I really don't.
You just need to put him back at shooting guard. That's the only problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Make him the off guard again.
And that
If
won't happen until who
If we
leaves.
had Rose still playing, Quickly would be playing solid basketball.
Yeah, I could.
The
I
only
could see that.
the only time I've been watching the show a lot, you know, in the background and stuff like that, and every time we talk about Quickly or complain about Quickly, it's about point guard stuff. Like, you know what I mean? He's not a point guard. We just all have to realize and remember that he's not a point guard. We're kind of like are pigeonholed to play him at point guard right now. Like,
well, I mean, we're all very aware of that.
Yeah, we all know he's not
we
a
want
point
to
guard.
say Tibbs doesn't play McBride and things like that, but he's not ready. That just shows that. That just really shows that.
Well, no, I don't want to hear that anymore.
So ready for what? We're not going anywhere. So what is he not ready for?
For another loss? What are we talking?
He's not ready to lose games and develop.
Yeah.
We're not winning.
That makes no sense.
Let him learn to read defenses and stuff.
People said the same thing about
You gotta earn your
earn what?
On what team?
Oh my god!
But who's earning their minutes? Who's earning their minutes right now?
Tell me Fournier earned his
Did
minutes.
Burke earn his minutes?
Earn his minutes? Grimes didn't earn his minutes.
Did Fournier earn
No,
his
Grimes was played out of default.
Right.
And then it looked good, and then he kept with it.
With the injury.
That
means he earned it, right? That means he earned it. He got his opportunity. That means he earned it.
Yeah, but he had to be given an opportunity first in order to earn the minutes.
Grimes was never given an opportunity. COVID and Derrick Rose injury happened.
See, you can't pull that earn thing, bro, because the whole thing is this. Like Alec Burke, for example, has not earned to continuously play the point guard, but he's still playing the point guard. Evan Fournier has not earned to play 30 minutes, and he plays absolutely no defense for 30 minutes.
I'll give you an example. Remember last year when RJ wasn't performing in the fourth quarter, and he'll sit the whole fourth quarter. So why is it that he can't do that to Burks? Like sit him when he ain't performing or doing
Who was he supposed to put in though?
You know who he's.
You got Cam right there.
Right.
You got Cam sitting right there.
You know who the options are.
RJ looks beautiful with the basketball in his hand.
Yeah, what are we talking?
There's no way you could tell me that these guys earn their minutes on this team right now.
Yeah, there's no such. Please don't say that.
Tell me that.
Nobody but
hate
RJ.
Tibbs so much. That's crazy. Y'all hate Tibbs so much.
This has nothing to do with
And
him.
we're not even talking about Tibbs.
We're talking about the players.
It always comes back to Tibbs this, Tibbs that.
No, it's actually a collective. So your narrative is wrong because actually our position is a collective. It's not just Tibbs. But Tibbs is responsible in order for giving people roles, minutes, distribution, and the whole time.
I come on here every day and I listen to you guys complain about Tibbs for about 3 to 4 hours every day.
That's not true, bro. That is not true, bro.
So
and not me at least.
It's not everybody that complains about Tibbs. Not everybody.
It's not everybody. I'm saying that's the majority of the conversation. That's how it's
but
what are we going to talk about? Front office or Tibbs? So.
But yeah, the running joke is if you want to hear somebody complain about Tibbs, tune into the KMD. That's what That's just you know what I'm saying. And we try to mix in other stuff like basketball philosophy, on the court stuff, film studies, college scouting, all types of stuff.
So my question to Fish is that does Tibbs have a fault in this? Yes or no?
Yes.
No, for Fish.
Yeah, we'd love to hear the answer.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Say that again.
I said, does Tibbs has a fault in this?
I mean,
my God,
everybody has a fault, but it's just
okay.
Everybody.
So that's the end of it.
It's just
That's
his
all we were
fault. Like,
saying.
hold on. So like, y'all, it's like he was dealt a bad hand. Like, okay, he can't play Burt. Like, you say he shouldn't play Burks or Fournier.
You make poop. You make sugar out of poop, bro.
Huh?
You make sugar out of poop.
Okay.
So wait, hold on. Coaches stopped coaching because they didn't get the roster they desired, and that's even if that's the narrative.
Look, you're twisting
Good
what
point.
I'm saying. You're twisting to what I'm saying. You can't. What I'm saying is the team has no direction. So we have about eight. We got about 8 veterans and eight young guys. There's no direction there.
Okay.
When you say, oh, Tibbs lineups are messed up because the roster is flawed, there's no direction. What, you feel me? Like, which way is he supposed to go? Is he supposed to try to win now? Is he supposed to try to develop the players? Is he supposed to try to soft tank? Is he supposed to hard tank? Like, it's too much.
what?
Like, give them.
Oh, poor Tibbs.
Give a team a
Yeah,
direction.
thank you.
Let's go one way or the other. Like, let's go one way or the other. We can't go in two directions at the same time.
Okay,
And I feel like
get
that's where the biggest faults that's where the faults of Tibbs come from, because there's no direction on the team. Because you can say, oh, well, Burks hasn't earned his minutes, but Burks has been a veteran in the league for a while, and he's done stuff for us, even on the Knicks. So we can't say he hasn't earned his minutes.
What are you talking about? What is going on?
So rest in peace with Sue Butler, but so was Sue Butler. He was a veteran of the league for years. That don't mean he should play.
Yo, why are we like? Are y'all still like mesmerized with last season? What is the deal?
Little comments.
Yeah,
like that.
they're still drinking
Y'all still
sugar water.
mesmerized about last season. Like, it's over. We're not that team now. These guys do not deserve to play. Burks has played like dog water. Noel hasn't played after he got victimized.
So who should play?
So Fish, here's the thing, right? Our veterans, right, or the way the roster was constructed is not good enough to win. You see?
Yeah.
It's not even good enough to make it to a first round. Yeah. It's not even good enough to make a play-in. So we knew this already. But now it's just coming into full fruition because we've lost.
No, we didn't, though.
Oh, yes, we did. Oh, yes, we did.
Big time, yeah.
Look at the past shows. We recorded this out months ago.
Maybe you personally, but Knicks fans as a masses, no, we didn't.
All right, but why can't Tibbs do this? Why can't Tibbs go to the vets and say like this?
Sit up here and cap.
We about to play, like, you see the road trip ahead, right? There's no winning against those teams. Not saying that you got to go to your teams and have a defeated attitude, but you go to your vets and say, you know what, we're going in this direction. I think that I'm gonna cut your minutes, maybe 15 to 20 minutes. Burks, Fournier, Randall, whatever. Not so much Randall, maybe 25 minutes, 30 minutes for Randall, and just say we just want to see what the young kids got. Why is it so hard to say that? Why is it so hard to do that? They're vets. They should understand.
It's ego.
But it's half of the team. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what my point is. It's half of the team. So half of the team shouldn't play.
He don't play. How many people he played in the first place?
He played 9 or 10 in the rotation.
Exactly. So you don't mean tell me.
And half of the team is vets, and half of the team is young players.
So. Wait. Hey, Fish. Wait a minute. Wait. So, and because I can see where you're coming from, and I empathize with what you're saying, right?
I don't.
What I get at is my point of contention is this: why, when it's one half of the team and rookies, it's a problem, but when it's the other half of the team is veterans, it's not a problem,
right?
If we're speaking to the half, if we're speaking to the half and half equation, then in fairness to the question that you posed, the half and half thing should get equal opportunity, right? But in that equal opportunity, the young players didn't get their equity right? Because the vets got all the equity at the beginning.
Who though?
Or most of the vets. Huh?
Who?
You know who?
Kimber Walker was
I'm
your
saying
starting
who,
point
though?
guard.
No.
Kimber Walker was
Freezy.
your
What the
starting
hell?
point
No,
guard.
What the hell is going on?
Freezy, this is all you have to say.
Listen to this though.
What the hell?
This is all you have to say, Freezy.
So
The
Grimes,
guys that
so
you
wait, hold
believe
on.
that
Mitch
earn the
doesn't
minutes.
play. Mitch don't
Knicks
play.
PR.
RJ don't play.
Yeah.
What are we
RJ
getting
don't
at
play.
right now? What are we
Grimes
talking
No
don't
about?
play.
idea.
Yeah, Grimes did play. Grimes started playing later.
That's my.
But Grimes started playing
What are we
consistently
talking about? He played
this
because
year.
of circumstance. Grimes was not
But he
getting
Yeah.
minutes
but he
because
played, but he did
circumstance.
play though. So we can't use a
Does he
caveat
play
because
though?
yeah,
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 like,
he
yes,
does play. He does
yes,
play. He
yes,
does play.
yeah.
He does
Yeah,
play. He
yeah.
does
You
play.
can't use a caveat in that because minutes are minutes, regardless how you get them.
But it to me,
Only-
it's just I say that's why I said just cut their minutes and let me see what the other kids got.
Right.
Cut their minutes. That's not
That's
saying
it.
they're gonna sit for bench. You're gonna bench them for the whole game. You don't have nobody to play, but you can cut their minutes. You can cut their minutes. They still gonna
With
play
three-
15 minutes. Who cares if
3
they
and
get paid the most?
15.
And
We watched
some
another game last night.
and some people, and you know, I ain't gonna lie to you. Some players that are getting minutes are not NBA players. Like Taj Gibson, in my opinion, is
Okay,
not an
I give you
NBA
that
player.
He's a
one.
coach at this point.
Yeah,
I give you that one, Todd. I
Yeah.
give you that one. Okay.
yeah.
You can't. You
But
gonna
other
tell me
than
you
that,
can play
thanks for
Burks
giving us
20
that
that's
minutes?
the only.
Yeah, you gave me that.
You're okay with Burks playing 32
Thanks
minutes?
for giving me.
Yo,
Thanks for
no.
giving me. Thanks for giving me that.
Yeah, give me
Thanks for
the
giving.
guy off the street that we signed for $5 million.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
please.
meanwhile you paying Mitch 1.8 and are
Right.
frustrated that he won't take your contract.
Your
extension.
math
And what
Mitch
about the
doesn't
mass
want
unit in Noel? Yeah, that
No,
we got a lot of.
Think
plays.
about it. Think about it.
Mummy
Freezy.
legs.
Mitch
Yeah, okay.
sat up there and watched these guys get paid, and he's still
My
over here
God,
making
I can't.
barely $1 million. And he's
Mhm.
My
watching
blood
these
pressure's
guys
going
getting
up, up,
paid.
up.
Mhm.
You bought in
No.
$13 million a year in backups
Like I said,
over
man,
a
I'm
dude
ready
making
to
1.8.
jump out of my car.
Like I said, man, y'all are literally Leon Rose. This is what you're doing. You are paying for Nerlens Noel getting his retwist for the next 20 years. That's what you did. And you sat up here and gave
Mhm.
Alec Burks money for him to wear these funky two-tone shoes every game and do nothing. I'm sick and
Mhm.
tired
Hold
of it.
on, hold on.
What's up, Danny?
So then,
Good morning, guys.
Hey man. Hey, somebody got some feedback. Somebody, is that you, Danny?
Could be.
sound like a train.
It could be me.
Nah,
I'm
man.
driving.
Okay.
Is it me? I'm driving.
Oh, probably.
I
I
don't.
just
I don't
feel like-
It's gone. It's gone.
I just want to say this for the record. I respect Taj Gibson as a player. He just should not be
Yeah.
on this team right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is not.
If
this
you
is-
No
believe that he
NBA
deserves
roster.
to be on this team right now and
Yeah.
play minutes over Jericho.
He should just be in for garbage minutes. That's it.
You know who-
D'Angelo. He shouldn't. He should be on the Udonis Haslam role. of
Yeah.
not playing.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point. There you go.
emergency minutes.
You
We're not
know
gonna.
who- Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. Hey,
Uh,
so let me. I'm gonna just say this, right? Because I'm frustrated. I was frustrated at the beginning of the season when I saw the final roster.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So in my opinion, the Taj Gibson spot should have came down to 3 people: MJ Walker, Amir Sims, and Taj Gibson. Right. When MJ Walker didn't get that spot, I knew something political was going on. Right. And here is how y'all can co-sign and tell me I'm right as usual. Right? So y'all could say Uncle Freezy is correct 100% of the time. During the season, you noticed that the Knicks never bought in another big man after they got Taj. Right?
Mhm.
But
No.
they brought in a bunch of 6'5" wing players during the season. They came and went. They came and went. And instead of locking in MJ Walker, another young defender, kind of like Grimes, maybe not as good as shooter as Grimes, but just like Grimes, probably, in my opinion, I always thought MJ Walker was a better defender than Grimes, right? But we don't know that because Grimes actually got the opportunity to do it on the NBA level, and MJ Walker didn't, right? When I saw when the roster spot was given to Taj, when they offered him the vet minimum at 2.8 and then came back later and gave him 2 years for $5 million apiece, I knew this was not even about basketball no more.
Yeah, it was favors.
Yeah. It was favors, and plus, I think Tibbs said, "Well, damn, how many rookies do you want me to carry into the season? How many young players can one roster have?"
Mm-hmm.
I think that was Tom Thibodeau's doing.
It was one of those, you scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Yeah. So the thing is, now we are missing a cat like MJ Walker, a dude that 6'5", come in and defend, shoot the three a little bit, play make a little bit. In my opinion, I always saw him as a lesser version of Quentin Grimes. Is he as good as Grimes? No, I knew that from the beginning. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But that is what he was coming out of Florida State. Where would he be right now, though, in the absence of Quentin Grimes?
Sitting down.
Right.
You know what's
On the
crazy?
bench.
I had all out arguments with my dad about Taj. I'll be like, yo, why is Taj playing? He should be. I said this last year. I said Taj should be signed back last year. My dad like, Taj still got something to give, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, listen. He's old. Let him sit on the bench with next to Tibbs. Let him be a coach.
Yeah, T.O. still got a lot to give at receiver too. Like, give it up.
Yeah.
He tries harder than some other dudes do, though.
Yeah. And yes, Fish.
Yeah,
and yes,
That's
and yes,
true.
Fish. Tibbs' times is up too. He could sit right next to Gibson. So.
He should be a pick coach. He should show how the people how to screen. That's what his job should be. All day in practice, show him how to screen. That's all he should be doing.
Now, at this point, bro, with a team this young, if Taj is taking minutes away from them, he's a detriment.
Yeah.
I understand. I am absolutely with Sam, and I know Sam had to go because he's got a midterm in 30 minutes, right? But the thing what Sam said is right. He should be in that mentor role, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not taking minutes from anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's one of these things where you have a Grimes, MJ Walker, Miles McBride, young guard rotation, and you cut one of them and assign him to the G League, and you never give him a sniff during the season. And it's the same thing, and I know it's because of injury, but the same thing with the Shamanik kid, right? You never got a glimpse of him this season, right? And I know a part of that had to do with injury, but listen, he hadn't been injured all year, right? He's been injured most of the year, but he played in the G League and looked good.
Mm-hmm. We had another guy last year that we signed off. He wasn't drafted. He was from Seton Hall, and we signed him in the G League last year.
two-way.
Yeah,
right.
I forgot
Miles
his name.
Powell. I believe.
Miles Powell.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell me we couldn't have used him this year?
Yeah, you know who we could have used instead of Archie Yanakino, whatever his name is? We could have been using Alan Crabb.
Oh,
I know Alan Crabb is an older player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know Alan Crabb is an older player, but he's a 6'6" wing player that can shoot the three.
He was on Portland at one time, right?
And Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And Brooklyn. Yeah, he was a shooter.
Yeah.
Did he get paid? Didn't he get paid? It was like a bad contract.
Yeah, 4 years,
him.
4 years, $72 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the thing is with Tibbs is a liar. Right? Because Tibbs said with a bold face, we have enough offense, we just need defense. So we have enough offense, we need defense. So you play Alec Burks over Miles McBride?
Yeah.
Thank you. Come on.
Tibbs one of those people that be like, "Oh, I was at the store and I started to buy you something, but then I thought about it and put it back." Like, then what was the point of telling me that?
I know you don't like chocolate and roses, girl. So that's why I didn't get it.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah. That's Tibbs, right?
Breezy,
What do you
didn't
think,
Tibbs
Danny?
say he's good at the point? Sorry, D.
No,
oh.
it was me.
Didn't Tibbs say we're good at the point guard?
Yeah, he said that.
No,
he said this.
No,
the best
he
we
said
got.
this is the best we got.
Oh, the best we got.
Yeah.
He basically said, "Kiss my behind." That's what he told.
He basically
said that.
He basically
Slap to the
said Miles
face of the
McBride ain't
pride.
playing. Yeah.
Slap to the face.
Here's the thing with Tibby. Tibby's going to be the scapegoat. We know that.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But he kind of
and
earned some of that.
I'm not saying he didn't.
Oh, okay.
What I'm just saying is that the front office has done a very good job of protecting themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I mean, they all should go together, as we all know this already. But he's going to be the scapegoat with there's larger issues at play. That's why I put the question yesterday, saying that if they were able to clean the slate, get rid of these bad contracts, get a young coach in there, and develop the youth, we might look at the front office differently. But my question to y'all is that now, do you think that they're capable of doing such things, knowing how prideful and stubborn they've been for the last 2 years?
No. Let me bring in AD real quick, and we'll answer that.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, AD.
Good morning.
Hey, salute to Knicks Nation. I had a couple of minutes, so I had to jump on with Freezy and his cucumber slices and his band of Obi haters.
And
hey,
plums.
how we doing? How we doing?
And plums.
And plums.
You got your plum slices.
You must be backed up.
Yeah.
So is that where we're going this morning, gentlemen? We're gonna listen to Freezy and his, well, if Obi could do this, he could play the 5. Freezy, let me ask you something. How do you know Obi can't play the 5 if at no point this season he's had a chance to play the 5?
He's actually played the 5.
I thought he played the 5 early and it looked good early in the season.
He
went back
played the
to
5 two games ago, bro.
Not for 5 minutes. You see, Taj Gibson can play the 5 for 5 minutes, and we can say, "Wow, Taj at 37 looks great." 5 minutes is not a sampling. Okay, that you can't. Again, we want to kill people's career from a coach that does not know how to proper put in lineups. Can we honestly say right now that Cam Reddish is a good 3? No. That's why he doesn't get a proper chance.
AD, I got something for you, AD.
3.
AD, I got something.
Of course you do.
Just for you, AD.
Of course you do, because that's
AD
what you do.
moment.
Eat your young.
OB
You
needs more
eat
minutes.
your young. That's what you do.
No, man. This one right here.
You eat your young, and you reward $117 million to a 9-year bum. Don't think I'm gonna ever let you sleep properly, knowing that you anointed Randall as a great player. Please, for those of you who want to hear that, just check out my show from last Sunday when you hear this man says, "Great player Randall, great coach Tibbs."
Hey, AD, you think
He even called him Super Randall. He even gave him a superhero name.
Yeah.
Super Randall.
AD,
Hey, man,
you think the Knicks should rip the number 30 off of Randall's jersey? Should never be able to wear Bernard King's jersey number.
Oh my God! Don't even mention Bernard King around here when Freezy's on the air. Don't even mention Bernard, because in Freezy's mind, Randall is better than Bernard King.
Yes.
Never.
What?
His best day.
Hey, Julius Randle is more impactful than Bernard King. Yes.
Yes. He had one playoff credit win to to his resume, and he's more impactful than a man that took the 1984 Boston Celtics to Game 7. You, sir, should stop eating cucumber slices and start putting something else in your diet, because you, sir, are a madman.
What round was that in the playoffs?
Hold on. That was
Randall
second
lost
round.
in 5.
When's the last time Randall got to the second round?
Randall's gone.
You, sir, are a madman. A madman. Anyway, gentlemen, I didn't call here this morning to interrupt the flow of the conversation. I just had to throw my little 2 cents in. I got to run, but I'm listening. Y'all have a great day.
Get out of here.
Breezy, stay away from the cucumber slices.
Bernard is overrated, bro.
Breezy, do me a favor. Play the Obi crying thing again.
Oh yeah,
that.
yeah. This is for AD right here. Hey, look at baby eyes.
You know, I don't want to get sidetracked, but let me ask this question. I just thought about it. Who do you think who was a better Knick? Aaron Aflalo or Alec Burks?
Aflalo.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, right?
They're very similar.
Yeah, it's almost the same. And they both games was very boring. They both wore dirty sneakers. They both look like boring people. I had to ask that question because they just was the same.
And Aflalo almost bought the Timberwolves, bro.
Did he?
Yeah.
No.
But he at least back behind the scenes was smart. But he was a bucket in Denver though. He would get you 20.
Yeah. But the thing is, man, with Obi, it's not just Obi, right? Okay. I gotta start the show, every show, with this preface. It's not Obi. It's the pick that we selected with Obi that's not producing. And we went through multiple years of top 9 picks not producing. Frank Ntilikina, Kevin Knox, Obi Toppin. If we had hit on all 3 of those picks,
totally different franchise right now.
Right. If we had hit on two of those 3, totally different franchise.
All right, so
if we hit on one, totally different conversation. Maybe not a different franchise, but the conversation is different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like say for instance, if we got Donovan Mitchell and the other 2 were bust, will we be really having this conversation in this framework right now?
No.
But are you blaming them? Are you blaming Obi for past mistakes?
I'm not blaming Obi for anything. What I'm saying is Obi is a bust, and we can't keep. Think about this. What if we get the 8th pick this year and we bust again?
Yeah, but
look, good point, Freezy. And that was where my question was going, as far as, do we keep this front office, or do we go and advocate for them to be out the way the same way we want Tom out the way too? So we got to go ahead and do our due diligence and say, okay, listen, you want to get rid of Tibbs? You got to bring the front office with you. We got to say that. Got to bring the front office with you. Got to bring the front office with you. Because if we don't do that, these con men, right? These cunning, conniving thieves are going to stay here for another year, and we're going to pick up AJ Griffin instead of Ben Mathurin.
Yeah, but we gave Frank, I don't want to say it because Kev might pop up, so I'm gonna call him the Boogeyman. We gave Boogeyman 4 years, and everybody like, let's give him a chance, but we giving up on Obi in 2.
No, we didn't.
But we never
gave Frank
a chance.
2 years. We gave Frank 2 years and sat him 2 years. We gave Knox 2 years and sat him 2 years.
No, I'm talking about the fans. I'm not really talking about the organization. I'm talking about the fans.
But hear me out. So we gave Obi a year and a half, and he's about to hit that 2 years.
All right.
If he don't do nothing in these 20 games, guess what, Obi? Splinters in your behind. He the bus.
Yeah,
he the bus.
Yeah, but where Frank is, we didn't have a point guard, and that means he should have had the opportunity, and some of that's on him to take that point guard position
too, though.
But with Obi, we had all-star power forward playing ahead of him, where he gets favoritism from Tibbs. So how can he show anything? He can't show anything. He can't.
Mr. Rivera, listen, I'm doing this because I don't want you to suffer. I want to put this. I want to put you out of your misery, right? I want to put this thing out of its misery, right?
Such a good person.
Yeah, thank you, man. I try, right? Mr. Rivera, let this Obi thing go, bro.
I'm just saying.
Let it go. Let it go.
Fair is fair.
No, fair is not fair. Life is not fair, bro.
That life is not fair is a cop out.
Think about this. I woke up today as Uncle Freezy, and somebody else woke up today as Prince Harry. Is that fair? No, that's not fair, right? I woke up today as Uncle Freezy, and Paris Hilton woke up as Paris Hilton. Right,
but why can't be Paris Hilton? You could be the most famous person in this world if you wanted to be.
Right. And
you could be Paris Hilton. That's we put a cap on ourselves.
And some people are born into that, right? What I'm saying is,
she was born into it.
Right, and then some people have to work.
I'll give you an example. Before I don't want to go too long. I'll give you an example. We put a cap on ourselves to say that we can't be this and we can't be that, the same as somebody else. But your road to success is better than hers because all she saw was she had a straight line road. But your road was a straight line, but it had obstacles in it. So now when she get those obstacles, she ain't gonna know what to do with it because she never had to go through. She don't know how to drive through obstacles. She just knows drive straight line. But now you know how to drive through obstacles. So when you get that straight line, you gone. So you straight to the top with it.
Right. In a storybook. I get you.
It's not even that. I like you have the cards that are dealt and you make the best out of the opportunity. And I think the thing with Obi is that has he really tried to make the best out of his opportunity? And I'll give you a golden reason. If he knew he wasn't going to be getting too many minutes behind Julius Randle, especially him coming off a most improved season and second All-NBA team, right? Mm-hmm. Why didn't he become the best defender that he could possibly be?
He should have became a lights out shooter.
Right. Because a defender, all it takes is effort.
Yeah, but I'll say
that's
I don't want to just defend him. Some of it is up here with him. Like, you got to have, in here, because you got to be, when I play, I'm the smallest person on the court. I'm only 5'7". So I'm small. So I always had to go to the park and probably get picked last until I showed what I got. And then they said, like, oh, that little man could hoop. Like, so he got to show what he got, and he got to have heart. When you fall, you got to get up.
Right.
That's the bottom line. You got to, if I can't get to the basket because it's everybody taller than me, you're right, I'm going to be a lights out shooter. So now you got to play up, and I'm faster than you, so now I can get to the basket because not everybody's over there. So he got to do something to, change his game.
Well, I think the thing with Obi being a lights out shooter is this: he didn't shoot a lot at Dayton. It was a very small sample size.
Yeah.
So, and he played a totally different game in Dayton. And I must have said this like the 150th time, but the point being is that it's easier for him to become a better defender in the NBA than him trying to become a shooter of something that he hasn't done, in 23, 24 years. So, and he didn't do himself any favors.
Yeah, I mean, to me, if I could package him as something, I have no problem trading him for a better deal.
And you know what? Player. And check this out. Obi is 6'9", 220, with a 44-inch vertical. Right? Mm-hmm. What's stopping him from rebounding?
Leaking out.
Cherry picking.
Well, he doesn't have a very strong base either, Freezy. So he gets bumped out of the lane very easy.
He got
he's not that big.
By Kyle Lowry the other game.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind too, why he's not a good rebounder.
And it's
he can get up there, but if he has to put his butt down to get position, Obi's going to lose that battle 8 out of 10 times.
Right, because he has no heart.
This guy.
See, I try not to go that far, but
before I let Kyle Lowry box me out, I will choke slam Kyle Lowry. Right? There's some things that you have to, as a bit. Obi, I wish Sam was here so he could hear me say this. Obi Toppin is that dude when you walk in high school, when you walk in right after basketball practice. Like for instance, you walk in out of basketball practice, you look at your son. I used to look at Kenny Washington in 9th grade. This dude was 6'7" in 9th grade, right? We used to go in the cafeteria and there was dudes in there 6'6", 230, carrying around trombones, right? And we like, yo, you 6'6", 230, you 6'6", 250, and you ain't playing basketball? No, I don't like sports. I
Oh
like
yeah,
music.
that's the most.
That's Obi Toppin right there,
Oh
bro.
my God, that's
All
one
the
of the worst
physical
people on
gifts
this
on the
earth.
planet. And you don't even know if his heart is there to be. This dude talks more about dunks than he does about everything else in his game.
You know what's crazy about it too, and what makes it harder for Obi was that when he was picked, it was not what we needed at that time.
Yep, that too.
It was a redundant pick because we already had somebody there that was signed for what, another 2 years. Even if we got rid of Randall, he was still on the contract for another that season and this season.
Yeah,
So if that's the part I think, and it's not a fair shake for Obi either.
Yeah.
But
Was there a
I think
move
that's
there
what.
that was supposed to be made?
What do you mean?
At
Like,
8,
was Randall supposed to be moved? Was Randall supposed to be moved?
I think they tried, but they couldn't.
Was Fournier or Burke supposed to be moved? So Cam and Grimes get a little bit more minutes. Like, is that something that the front office kind of botched on themselves?
Before getting
Yeah, I'm
Cam,
confused.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that.
like you saying, like before getting Cam, was Fournier and Burke should be moved so that Cam could get minutes because they got Cam while they had.
After. I'm saying
After.
like before or after.
I
Like,
think they tried.
Yeah, like we were supposed to move Randall, but he ended up being the most improved player. So we were kind of like, oh well, we kind of,
Yeah, but they kind of hurt themselves by not playing well, so it couldn't move. Nobody probably wanted him.
Well, also too, you also your leverage with the Randall contract when you gave him the extension.
Yeah, you never should have did that.
That's still
So, okay, now I understand your question. Yeah, like Cam did get 23 minutes a game in Atlanta in a logjam.
yeah.
By the way, so it was very inexcusable not to make some room for him between Alec Burke, Evan Fournier, stuff of that nature.
Right.
I think that's just a classic tale to show you that the front office or the coaching staff obviously have two different agendas going on.
Right.
Because you don't do that unless you try to make room for him. But Tom wasn't down with making room for him at first. If anything, we just started seeing Cam playing more than 12, 15 minutes in the last 3 or 4 games. And he's been here since the end of January.
Yep. And Atlanta has been a grease fire since Cam Reddish left.
Mm-hmm. And Knox ain't even playing.
Yeah.
There's no
trade. Safe to say that.
And that's the thing that's frustrating, Fish. And I think that's why we gave you a lot of pushback, because although your understanding is correct, we just don't think it's applicable on this team. Through the front office, through the coaching staff, there seems to be a big circus going on of things that don't make sense. And it's all about, well, I'm going to do this because I could do this. And then Tom's saying, well, I'm going to do this because I could do this. And everybody's paying the price. And I always bring up the example, when your two parents are fighting and they get divorced, who pays at the end? Your kids. And that's what's happening right now. The kids are paying the price.
Mm-hmm. That's why I understand what you say Tibbs going to be the scapegoat, because it's almost like of course he's going to be the scapegoat, because it's the mafia way that Uncle Freezy said, where, the kingpin don't get caught. You know who get caught first? The corner boys. They get caught first. They the ones getting in trouble first. They the front line people getting in trouble first. So Tibbs is the front line person. He gonna get fired first.
Yep, that's how it always goes.
But he put himself in that position.
After a point, this has to fall back on Leon Rose. And I agree. A couple of days you guys were saying to get rid of everybody. And to a point, yeah, because if you look at all the moves, he's just listening to too many people, not having one direction. For what we know, Wesley wanted IQ. That's his guy. It was well documented. Tibbs wants veterans. So you just see there's so many different directions that everybody wants to go. Oh, my opinion is the best one. Let's do this. Let's do that. Well, there's no real one centralized thought process about how we're going to move together as a Knicks. So now Rod Aller is the one that wanted to sign Mitch to a good contract before he hits free. That's his thing. He likes to get these contracts before to hit free agency so he could trade
Yeah,
them
and get
later
him on the cheap.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what he did in Cleveland. So you got all these people with so many great ideas or different ideas, but they're still it's not in unison.
Yeah.
It's we're suffering. It's bad. It really is.
So
That's why we're gonna go into another draft with I need this guy or we need that guy. We got to trade Randall now. No, we don't trade Randall. It's too many opinions, and it falls on Leon Rose.
No, that's what's reported.
Yeah, it goes both. It goes all ways. You know, it's every. You know, everybody.
Hey, you breaking up, bro?
The direction the Knicks are going right now. I'm still breaking up.
No, you good now.
So can I ask a question? Like, what's the definition of a vet? Like, how many years do you have to be in the league for a vet? Like, to be considered a vet? Because we see like players like RJ Mitch, they're going into their 4th, 5th year, whatever. Would that be considered a young vet or?
I think anything after your rookie contract, and then you start becoming a young vet, then you start building from there.
So why do we have to sign? I mean, I see why sometimes like you have to have like an 8-9 year vet, but why do we have to sign like journeyman vets? Like, why we got to sign that? Why we can't, maybe sign a person that been on maybe 1 or 2 teams, not 7 teams, 8 teams in 10 years?
Because we've never grown our own players.
Well, that's one, and two. That's one, and two. A lot of vets that you pick up are journeymen.
Yeah, and then two, we can't use the old school approach to team changing now, because there was a time when only the worst players changed teams. Now, good players change teams. Man, how many teams James Harden played on in the last 4 years? Think about it. Think about it, right?
Houston, Brooklyn, and Philly.
Yeah, that's 3 teams in 4 years, right? What about Russell Westbrook?
I think
Same thing, right? Yeah.
So why they trying to play instead of signing Alec Burke? Why don't you get a player like Trevor Ariza or something like that versus players like
Trevor
Alec
Ariza
Burke?
Is garbage.
Yeah, he's done, bro.
Burks,
but he's a locker
Burks
room
is better
guy.
than Ariza.
No, but I'm not saying like he's better. I'm just saying like if for a locker room that understands like maybe you should sit versus playing, he probably wouldn't have a problem sitting.
Listen, the Taj and Rose, Derrick Rose signed that was Tibbs guys. He wanted those. He probably went for I want these guys because they followed him.
Rose still produced, so I can't really get upset.
Yeah, no, and I don't have. Yeah, no, Rose is good as a backup. Yeah, but we have no point guards right now outside of McBride. We're going to call him a point guard right now. We have nothing. They didn't even get they couldn't get somebody as a free agent as a backup point guard or something. But it's a mess.
I think the way he was trying to mention is not to sign vets that weren't going to steal minutes away from guys you're trying to develop. Like when we got Rose last year, he helped quickly. He didn't steal minutes from quickly. You were supposed to maybe get. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that was my point. Yeah,
that was his point he was trying to make.
Like a Trevor Ariza would help a Cam or whatever the case may be.
Noel push, like DeAndre Jordan helped
push Mitch
when he was there, right? But
yeah.
he didn't steal his minutes. We got vets now that are stealing minutes from the guys that we should be developing, and we don't have the answers to. So we're going to go into the summer with the same questions. What are these kids?
I think that goes back to
that stems with the coach and who he's going to play, though, and how many minutes he's going to give the vets and Fourniers and Burks and all these people. He's going to he's giving them too many minutes.
Yeah, but a player like Trevor Ariza,
I feel like it goes by the direction.
Ariza's done.
No, but nah, I'm not saying. What I'm saying is a player like Trevor Ariza, he'll go to Tibbs, be like, nah, I'm probably not. I shouldn't play. Let me see what this young boy got. Let me see what Cam got. Let's go in the direction of Cam. He'll take a step back and say that. I don't think Alec Burks and them would do that. I think a player like Trevor, I'm not saying his skill level. I'm just saying his mentality and good for the locker room.
You would say that? You would say he would take a step back?
Yeah, of course Trevor Ariza would do that.
Yeah.
I think we should worry about putting the ball in RJ's hand and having him bring us forward to this new frontier of what our basketball product is going to be in the next couple of years, because we have to start from the foundation. and then we could start worrying about what type of vets we're going to put on the roster to support what we have going. Yeah, and that's that. I think that's first and foremost. So now my question is that with that, do you sign RJ to the max extension if he
Of course you
continues
do.
playing this way?
Yep.
Oh yeah, you got to give him more than Macau. You got Macau. What got 80 this summer?
No, you know. So the thing is not even that question. Like what is a role player from RJ's class playing in Phoenix behind 2 Hall of Famers or potentially 3 Hall of Famers get or is worth on the open market? That shouldn't even be the question. The question is, if you don't sign RJ, can you find another young franchise player at 22 years old? Right?
Yeah.
The answer to that question is and has been and looks like it will be going forward. No.
Right.
You
So you
have
lock 'em up.
RJ Barrett.
So you have no choice. Right.
Right. And so and the next question should be, how much of a player are we with elite free agents? And if the answer to that question is we are not players when it comes to in the elite free agent market, then you
Gotta
have to
find
double
out.
down on your thought about RJ Barrett. And then
Right.
you have to think about what is RJ Barrett's ceiling if he is not held back. If RJ Barrett is not held back, if you allow him to become the best version of himself, do you have or will you have a max player sooner than later? The answer is yes with RJ Barrett, because you look at max players right now like Rudy Gobert. He is a max player, right?
Yeah, the super max, right?
Yeah. And so the question with RJ is not even does he deserve the max? The question is, how soon can we get this thing done so we can focus on basketball?
It got to be this summer.
Right.
It got to be this summer.
No, and it will be because Freezy, you hit it right on the nail. I was just going to say it. They have no choice.
Right.
So now here's my thing. His rookie extension eligibility is 5 years, 181 million, and starting next season, if both sides agree, he'll be at 31.2.
Right.
So now here's my question: do we feel that RJ can really raise the ceiling of his game to become a star in this league? Because with that contract, you have to be a star in this league, right?
The pressure be on.
Is that 30 mil next season or the year after that?
No, it'll be his first year salary after he signs that.
So that'll be his 5th year. He'll be on that 30.
I guess so.
Because his first 4 years. Yeah.
Right. So
my only. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm almost done. So my thing is that I'm going to invest. If I'm the Knicks, I'm going to invest in everything in RJ Barrett. Forget about PR. I'm talking about basketball. Yeah. I'm going to invest in everything for RJ Barrett to be my star, because I don't want to get caught and RJ in his 5th or 6th year still being inefficient as he has been. And he's making 35 million. He's going to be very tough contract to move.
And Depot AD, and listen, I would say to you this. I would take that position right now. No wait to no extension talks, none of that. I would walk into the locker room today and say that position, RJ's the man. And we're going to do everything to make RJ Barrett be the face of this franchise starting this very minute. Because
you have to get rid of Randall. Get rid of Randall.
Because there is too much downside to waiting. What are you waiting for?
Mm-hmm. Remember that story that came out last year where it was like,
okay,
blank.
Yeah. Okay, there is.
You muted or something.
Oh, I don't know. So, Freezy, what you were saying, right? Check this out. And we talked about this. If you had utilized him like that in year 1, you would have found this out last year.
Right.
And it already would have been done. And then all that allocation of investment and making sure he's the best player could have been done a year earlier. You see?
Right.
But of course, better late than never. But I agree with you. It's very important. So now, right, with that talk, of investing everything to make RJ the best basketball product that we can have at making 30 plus a year, what needs to be done in order for that to come to full fruition?
Roster turnover.
You damn right.
No, hey, you know what?
Shooters,
You know what? I'm gonna be real with you. I don't even know if it's all of that. What I will tell you is this: you go to your team and establish a pecking order, regardless who on a roster, right? You establish the pecking order, because right now we don't have an established pecking order. They say they want to play unselfish ball, but Julius Randle ISOs a lot, right? So you have like these two storylines running in lanes right beside each other, and then when they keep crashing into each other, we know the reason why they crash is because accountability, right? You say you want to do this one thing, but the other thing keeps happening, right? That's the reason why the two lines, the two worlds, so to speak, collide, right? What I do is go to everybody, and RJ Barrett's the man, right? Every event, every jersey showing, every NBA commercial.
RJ Barrett.
Yep. There is no, I wonder who is it gonna be Kemba? Is it gonna be Randall? None of that.
You put him at the top of the Empire State Building.
When the Bucks, Randall got it. When the Bucks do it, do you see damn Bobby Portis?
Nope.
Nope. Right? That's what I'm saying. Like when the Warriors do it, when the Warriors need a face to show on NBA TV, are they showing Draymond Green? Hell no. And Draymond Green understands that. Right? If you're gonna be here, we love you. We want you to be around. You know what I'm saying? We value you.
This is Curry's team.
But this is Steph Curry's team. Right? Even when Kevin Durant went there, they're like, yeah, we love you. Yeah. We need you, big fella. But this is Curry's
as far
team.
as a franchise,
Yeah, man. And so that's the thing that you do with RJ. Even if you keep this exact same roster, everybody on this roster has to understand that they move down one spot because RJ Barrett is being raised to the top.
But that's why
why that would be hard to do with a certain player on the floor or on the team. It showed last night when we played the Sixers, that one play. We were talking. Somebody mentioned it earlier about when
he posted up on the same side. Yeah. Ain't that something? Like, I was disgusted when I saw that.
I was so mad. Oh my goodness. That just shows like a lot of selfishness and a lot of like me.
So and that's why my mentality with Randall is this. So Freezy, right on point, right? This is RJ's team. This is today. This is RJ's team. And if somebody has a problem with it, they know where the door is. If Randall gonna pull his stuff, we can sit you for the rest of the season after 65 games.
That's why I was saying, remember that. Sorry for going out before because I muted or whatever. I was saying, remember that story that came out?
And what was crazy, what made that crazy more crazier, D?
No, I'm saying like the story. I remember when they sat Randall down, Leon Rose and Tibbs and all of that, and they was asking him, "What you need? What do you need to succeed on this team?" But they should do that for RJ. Yo, what you need? I got anything you need. I got you. You need Zion here? I got you. This is your team. And they reiterated to him in his brain that his team. So he had the confidence to know, bro, this is your team. Just as Freezy was saying, he need to be everything you market. Got to be RJ. Anything in the world.
And two, I just want to say this one thing before I forget too, because the RJ thing I kind of get a little passionate about, and sometimes I overtalk y'all, and I don't mean to be disrespectful like that, right? What the other thing too is, when it comes to this front office and any front office, if I'm James Dolan, what I'm considering is this. This is the question. What is more important? Us nailing the pick this year in the draft to help RJ going forward, or the 3 to 5 year plan that this front office has? Right? So if I'm Dolan, listen, the priority this offseason, and I know y'all wanted to be point guard, the priority for this offseason is to nail our draft pick, right? Because that draft pick
Depending
is
where
free.
we have it.
see the draft pick is free. We get that automatically. Okay? We as long as we don't trade it away, we get to pick in that spot, regardless what number we pick, whether it's 4 or 11.
No, but
right?
that matters though.
No, I get it. I get
Okay.
it. I get it. I get so what I'm saying is no matter where we pick 4 or 11, it don't even matter where we pick. We have to make sure
Just gotta do
we
your
draft
homework.
a good player there.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you don't, that means 5 out of the last 6 drafts you drafted busts. Right? That means the only draft that you hit on was the RJ draft. Right? And
that don't
if
really
you do
count because we already knew.
Go ahead, Fish.
I think he's in and out of reception. Maybe.
Yeah, Fish doing the cornerstone Kev, like cutting people off with peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So what?
Hey, Freeze, I don't think we need a good player. I think we need to find a great player, even if that means giving up an extra draft pick. A lot of teams, when they get that talent, they don't care what they got to give up for.
But keep in mind though, Jay, that next year's draft is gonna be way better than this draft. So you don't want to give up too much draft stock.
Right.
I believe you. Yeah. But at the same time, if you can identify somebody that really has that upside and can really mesh really well with RJ, that time
but Jay, that's what I'm
pushing.
So
yeah, you can't push the can down another year when you don't know what can happen. It might click. The same shit. We might be, 5th seed again, and then your ass out.
But Jay, that's what I said.
Yeah.
You have to get a good player. Now, if
I
the
don't
player
think good.
turns,
I think better than good. I think better than good. You gotta go all in now.
Oh, you gotta get an all-star
potential elite player.
Yes.
That's how.
Okay.
Go ahead,
So that's what we're getting at right there when we make the point. The point of the question was, do you value the front office's 3 to 5 year plan or this great draft pick? That was the question. Not do we need a good player or a great player, right? The question is, do you value the front office's 3 to 5 year plan or getting a very good player out of this draft, right? Now, so you're on my side when you said get a good, very good, great player, whatever. However, said because the range of outcomes doesn't change with a very good and great player. You still have a great player, right? Or a very good player, whatever, right? A range of outcomes would mean that you draft there and you get a very bad player, right? That's not a part of the question that was asked, right? But you didn't speak to, and this is to Jay, you didn't speak to the front office's 3 to 5 year plan and the value. Do you value their 3 to 5 year plan more than the prospect? I think you're saying that you value the prospect more. So you want Dolan to say, hey, listen, if y'all don't nail this, if they're still here, because Dolan can easily look at them and say, hey, listen, the last 3 guys you drafted in the first round, Emmanuel Quickly, Quentin Grimes, Obi Toppin, none of them are Donovan Mitchell. Y'all out of here, right? Or he could,
go ahead.
Or he could say, if you don't get me, and they'll be like, but sir, we're drafting 12. We might not get. Listen, if you don't get me, Jaden Ivey, y'all asses are gone.
Yes,
right?
because we've seen already, Freeze. I'm sorry to cut you off. They don't have a plan. There's no consistency with their thinking.
Yeah, I was going to ask what this 3 to 5 year plan was.
Yeah,
right.
They probably coasting.
They've seen a little bit of success, and your answer to a little bit of success to maintain that is Fournier and Kemba Walker.
Right.
That's scary.
Right.
I can't depend on that kind of thinking.
But that's a part of their plan, Jay.
I'm sorry, that can't be.
But
it is. It happened. You can't rewrite history, bro. They signed them,
and they fall flat on their face. And now everybody's trying to, this is my corner. I'm gonna protect myself. This guy wanted this guy, and everybody's on self-preservation mode. Pretty much.
Jay, do you value Jay? Listen, I'm asking you a hard question. I'm putting you on the spot. I'm asking you, Mr. J, do you value the Obi Toppin and Quickly picks accompanied by the Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker signings and whatever they plan to do this summer over this draft pick?
No.
Then the front office got to go.
Yes.
We know that.
Yeah.
Then the front office got to go, man.
Who said it? The going all in for great players.
Me.
Okay. So like you see how like LeBron get passes because all the good team they be throwing everything they got to get a great player, and then like LeBron get one ring or so, and then he'll get a pass, but you know he do his GM thing. That's how he gets a pass because they throw everything they have to get that great player and get the ring. So will we be content with that?
Let me clarify what I said by throwing everything to get a great player. I meant in the draft, and the reason I say that is, do you think Atlanta had Dallas thought twice that they gave up their pick to go get Luka?
No,
they ended up turning out Trae Young and Cam Reddish. No, you don't think twice.
But this front office,
when you identify that prospect, and it's a little scary because they wanted to trade up for Obi, it's a little worrisome.
Yeah, they were trying to trade up to what, number 4 to get Obi?
Yeah.
Cleveland, they were trying to get either the Cleveland pick or ahead of Cleveland to go get Obi.
Versus, that means they would have passed up on. Oh my Jesus!
Can I ask y'all a question?
Hey, yeah, just real quick. I just want to say, all I got is about 5 minutes left, and I have to do something. And so I don't want to rush y'all off. I just wanted to let everybody know, and then that way we can kind of wrap up in about 5.
Okay.
Go ahead, dog.
Can I ask y'all a question? So, what do y'all like? You know, like there's draft picks. Like, what is a bad draft? Like, is it when you miss out on the draft pick? It like when you miss out on a player or yourself, or when you miss out on a player like that's taken like 2 picks later that you missed on that you should have picked?
Good question. So you're asking the Kevin Knox question. What do you feel worse about, drafting a draft bust in Kevin Knox or missing out on Michael Porter Jr.?
Yeah.
Or what do you feel worse about, drafting Frank Ntilikina and he's a bust, or missing out on Donovan Mitchell? Which one do you feel worse
missing out on Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah.
That's a great question too, man.
I think definitely taking the bad pick is worse, because even if you didn't get Donovan, you still could have gotten something better than Frank Ntilikina and Kevin Knox.
At a minimum, you could have traded the pick. You could have punted, not draft. So you wouldn't have got Donovan Mitchell, but then at the same time, you wouldn't have got Frank either. You would have got an asset for a future draft.
But don't that force you to double down on free agency also to fix that mistake? So it's either
like
you compound that mistake more.
You
miss on a knock pick and you go sign Marcus Morris, you go sign Evan Fournier.
Yeah, I get what Fish is saying, and what Fish is saying. Are you being introspective with your sensibilities in the fact that, you know, do you lose confidence if you draft a guy and then you miss out on a star?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Does that put you in that vulnerable position where the next time you do it, what are you thinking? Are you still confident that you can grab a guy?
Yeah.
I don't think this front office can do it, bro.
So would you do that this year? Like, as far as depending where the ping pong balls land for us, do you trade that pick to try to get your point guard?
No.
Or to draft a point guard?
I think this draft is deeper than what people give it credit for.
I'm not going for a point guard this draft. I'm going for the best player that can play with RJ. Period.
I'm here to tell you.
Forward, whether it be another shooting guard that we can slide RJ.
Hey man, I'll take anything that can play basketball.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think Ben Mathurin is going to be a DeMar DeRozan with a 3-point shot.
Oh man.
I think Mathurin's going to be a stud. I don't even want to put him in a box like that. I just think he's going to be a stud.
It's too soon to say that.
Bro, his athleticism is
I get it, but that's still
sneaky.
doesn't always.
It's not Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine. It's not elite of the elite. Like Zach LaVine can be compared to any great athlete of any era, right?
Yeah.
What I would say is Ben Mathurin would be a step or two, but it's like you remember when you watched Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady in the dunk contest, and you were like, Vince Carter is amazing, but when you watch Tracy McGrady dunks, you were like, hey, this cat ain't no sip of water either.
Yeah,
you know. But Vince like just jumped off the screen,
right?
But then when you watch Tracy McGrady's athleticism, you like. So he's not as athletic as Vince, but good. But who is?
Yeah, you know what's crazy? And that same dunk contest, Steve Francis was in there, and he looked amazing too.
Yeah,
he looked amazing too. So
yeah.
Hey, Freeze. Going back to that topic on the draft, I gotta value elite separation, creativity, like to create a basket and like create like shot making ability. I have to prioritize that because we do not have that at all.
Right.
Okay, so
right now. Okay, go ahead, Fish.
When you so say like there's a player in the draft that you feel like meets those standards, you know, that weakness is that, let's say you pick that player and he's a bust, but you miss out on a player that ends up being an eventual star. Does that hurt your confidence as a front office or as a team or as a evaluator?
It sets you back.
It sets you back, but it shouldn't, because if you still believe in your principles of what works in the NBA and what you need to look for in these prospects to get that elite level of player, one bad draft pick can't change it, because you don't know, it could be the team he got drafted to or certain circumstances, or like everybody likes Cam Reddish, but look at Cam Reddish now. Right. We all see the talent, but he's not being used right. So everything comes with a caveat.
Right, and plus it depends on how many bites at the apple that you've gotten. For instance, right? Philadelphia drafted Jahlil Okafor, right? But they got, so they drafted Jahlil Okafor over Devin Booker and Kristaps Porzingis, right? The Sixers with Devin Booker, Joel Embiid, and Ben Simmons would be a totally different looking team today, right? Mm-hmm. Right, but Philly wound up being just fine because they still got other first round picks to come along after that to make up for it.
Right.
The Knicks, on the other hand, we can't take a bite at the apple once and miss, because we've always missed. Mm-hmm. You feel me? You feel me, Fish? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Man, I gotta get out of here. I gotta wrap up. Fish, why you be asking me all these hard ass questions? Right when it's time to go, man.
So let me say this one thing before we leave. Right now we're sitting between the 8th and 9th. If the lottery balls were today, that's where we would probably be at around that area.
That's our normal drop the ball pick.
Oh yeah, 8 and 9, perfect.
But I think it's going to get worse, and I think we're going to lose a lot in these last 20 games, and we should be somewhere between, like I said, 5, 6, or 7.
Yeah, because the lottery is different. The lottery is different now, so you never know.
Yeah.
What's up?
I wouldn't be surprised if somehow we nick it up and still make the play in.
Oh God, no! Don't do that.
Dude, don't do that. Goodbye, Fish. To the West Coast. Hey, I'm gonna do that walk. I be the West Coast walk. The dudes be doing in the videos. What's that? Yeah. I'm doing that on Fish. All right, Fish. We out of here, bro.
All right,
y'all. Hey, great show and great conversation, man. Y'all asked a lot of great questions, man. And if you like conversations like this, subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. You know what I'm saying? The pats on the back go a long way to a lot of our confidence. We're not necessarily born to do this, but we like doing it. So we're going to keep on rocking. And we'll see y'all tomorrow morning, man. Later.
Later.